Hello, this is Eric. I'm with Just Got Played. Thank you for joining me today. Today we're going to be unboxing the Fox experiment. I don't remember precisely, but I'm pretty sure this was the all-in crowdfunded. I'm pretty sure this one was on GameFound. So I think we're looking at the all-in crowdfund option on GameFound. As you can see, there's quite a bit here. I have a tendency to sometimes linger on things, so I'll try to get through all this as reasonably fast as possible. All right, so we'll get some of this out of the way. And we'll start with the main box here. This is the Fox experiment, the Kickstarter Edition, right on the box there. This is a game by Elizabeth Hargrave and Jeff Fraser. Elizabeth Hargrave from the Mariposas and Wingspan fame. It's produced by Pandasaurus, and it looks like it is for 1 to 4 players, about 60 minutes, ages 14 and up. All right, and then the back kind of gives you a overshot of the game in action. A bunch of little different dices and counters and stuff. Breed foxes for the best traits. In 1958, Dimitri something and Ludmilla something started a risky experiment on animal domestication. From a large group of Russian silver foxes, selected the ones that showed the most interest in humans. So basically, this is a game about breeding desirable traits into these foxes. All right, so let's get in there and see what we got going on. It's just a letter opener. All right, what we got? We got a little gloss on there. That's nice. Probably the Kickstarter Edition. Oh, well, it says Kickstarter on there, so I guess it wasn't GameFound. I guess it was probably Kickstarter. All right. We got the rule book, the same size as the box. It's nice, glossy pages. It's a lot of pages. As you can see, we got introduction and components. On the bright side, so far, there's a lot of pictures. It took us 8 pages to get to phase 1. Reading, research. The next generations. Star Fox, the next generation. Game in and scoring on page 22. We got 2-player mode on 24. So it looks like 22 pages of rules. And then 2-player mode, solo mode. Notes and credits. Credit to the playtesters. Appendix, and a turn summary on the back with some more artwork. So again, we got 22 pages of a fairly big rule book here, but there are a lot of pictures in there. Like some of them, like over half of the available space is taken up by pictures. So no idea. We'll see how that goes when we get around to that. All right, next up, what do we got? Well, that's nice. It's just a picture of a fox. Cool. And we got the Kickstarter Edition. Features upgraded premium components from the standard core set of the game. Even though you have upgrade components, all the other game components and rules still show the standard version of the components. This dictionary should help. Cool. All right. Pandasaurus propaganda. What do they got going on? Oh, I said I wasn't going to dally, so let's just move on, okay? If you need help, well, that's nice. All right, looks like we're going to have punch boards now. A lot of punch boards. All right, so let's see if we can take a look here. Looks like, just like the book, like half of each one is what seems to be the player board. I'm not sure what any of it means. I don't really know how to play this game, We just got it. And then a whole lot of other little punches. The punches are, I mean, it's cardboard, but they got a nice gloss finish on them. Let's catch a little light on there. No, a little light. No. All right. A whole lot of things to punch out. I'm not going to waste your time and punch everything out right now because it's just a whole lot of stuff that I don't know what it does. But we got a pretty good view of it anyway. I'll get that out of the way. There sound like what? Boomhauer. I'll get that out of the way. All right, what else we got in here? This is probably the main board. Not incredibly big. Yeah. There you go. And it looks like 1 and 3 player, 2 and 4 player, 5 player, and 6 player on this side. So, depending on the player count, I would imagine. I like the artwork. Got a little town going on in the background there. Yeah, it looks cool. All right, moving on. We have lots of dice. Lots and lots of dice. Got a bunch of cards, a bunch of little cards, a bunch of foxes. Looks like lots of foxes. Some dry erase. That's nice. I mean, you know, those aren't going to last forever, but nice to have them, right? Well, they do last. Ooh, those are nice. Little plastic components. Again, no idea what they mean, what they symbolize, but I like them. They got nice rounded edges, nice thick plastic pieces. They make nice plastic clinky noises. Very nice. What else we got? Looks like Russian stars. Same nice plasticky rounded edges. What else is over there? Big ones. Looks like player order. Nice. Really nice production value here. This is probably what they were talking about. All that stuff for punching out. Yeah, see. Here's your, I guess, retail. And then there's it's nice. Upgraded components are sweet. And, you know, Dave's a sucker for upgraded components. So, excellent. Oh, we got fancy little gears. These feel like metal. Yeah, look at those. Nice, thick metal pieces. Ooh, fancy. Some more of the punches from before. I don't know what that is. Looks like a foxtail. A whole bunch of these. Those look like fox ears. And these look like fox barking. And these look like, I don't know, fox red cross maybe. Want some silica? That'll make Dave happy. And we got the fancy foxes here. All right, I guess we'll probably talk about this while we're here. This looks like the standard foxes here. 60 wooden fox meeples, 10 per player color. And then here's the upgraded ones here. That's kind of interesting, right? How these standard components are wooden. And they're nice. They're fine. They're nice. If this is what it came with, I'd have been happy with that. But apparently, we also get these fancy ones. Nice thick plastic. They got art on them. Ooh, look, they're so fine. So fancy. Plastic's probably the wrong word. This is probably all acrylic. And I love the acrylic. It feels so good in your hands. So chunky and smooth at the same time. Nice. Lots of little foxes. More silica. Anything under? Nope. Okay. Let's look at some of the dice, I guess, real quick before we move on. And I take 3 hours to do this. Those are nice. I imagine these are some kind of breeding something or I don't know. What do I know? Maybe you roll them. I have no idea. They're nice. They're kind of reminiscent of Too Many Bones dice. Nice and shiny, rounded corners. Very nice. Production quality is fantastic. I guess that's probably because it's the Kickstarter Deluxe Edition or whatever. But there we go. Look at some boxes. Oh no, here we go. One of these things. It takes me forever to get in. Well, let's try the old-fashioned way. Oh, come on now, you can do it. Oh, oh, nice. I hardly wasted any time there at all. This looks like a bunch of different foxes. I don't know what they're paired up with some of the dice. I don't know what any of that means. Lots of foxes, lots of fox art. As you can see, they're all just a little bit different. Even the ones that are the same are a little bit different. So like those two. That one doesn't even look like a fox. It looks like a dog. My dog's under the table here. Just lucky he's not barking, which is his want. Oh, I see. These are pink, whatever that means. Oh, female. I see the little female thing. I am terrible with, reading. But these are pink ones for female. These are blue ones for males, I imagine. And something tells me that these are probably starter foxes. Because the little bit I do know about this game is you get to write the name on your foxes as you breed them. So I imagine these are the ones, these are, like I said, starters somehow. And then what else we got here? Selection, breeding, research. Looks like little player aids. I don't know how inclusive they are, but they're not very big, so that's nice. Little examples, gaining pup rewards. Got the turn order on this side. Nice. All right, so here we go. Another challenge for the evening. Oh, that was almost smooth like butter there. Did you see that? That's crazy. What do we got in here? These are the ones I'm sure. They got a nice gloss finish on them here. I don't know if you can see the nice gloss finish. But I bet these are the ones that you write the names on because they don't have a name. It says name right there. And I'm sure these are some kind of statistics. Again, tail, ears, barking, and red cross, whatever that is. So these would you write the name on and mark these things off on them. As you can see, there's a ton of these also. These, however, do have the same pictures on them. But they are different in different ways. I don't know how. I mean, boy and girl, obviously. That one looks like a cat, almost. Yeah, all these different foxes. I don't know what the purple, the blue on the top here means. Yellow on these, red on these. Oh, also cute little guys. The red ones seem to be all the white ones. The red ones seem to be all the white ones. That'd be something that Babe would look at me and go, what? Yeah, I know what I meant. You don't even know what I meant. I know what I meant. And then we have one. I don't know what that is. It's the only one like it as far as I can tell. Okay. But anyway, that's some foxes for you to breed and write your name on. All right, let's see if I can get rid of all this stuff in a classy-ish manner so we can move on. Anybody remember where all this stuff came out of? Yes. And yes. Oh, there was more cards. Forgot about those. What are these? These are like regular card size cards. I don't know. They got a bunch of symbols on them, though. Look like people. What do we got on this side? Looks like a couple different things, right? We got these that look like research somehow. And we have purple heads. Remember when I had a purple head. Then we have people on both sides. 3 times green 12 plus, last round only. 4 times, do not need to be adjacent. These look like in-game scoring bonuses or achievements or something like that. Is there a difference, really? Oh, I see. There's an A side and a B side. So probably difficulty, complexity level on these. Cool. What are the purple heads? Purple heads look like certain combinations of traits that you want marked off on your foxes. Know what I mean? Because they look like, see the bottom here. See, so like that. So probably some kind of objective or something like that. And then lastly, we have the ones that look like the town. These guys have a book, so I'm assuming that's some kind of research. And that looks the same. Do these look the same? No, those are purple heads. And these are... Well, I don't know the difference, but they look very similar to the other ones. Guess that's why you read the rules. Indeed. All right, so we got those and those. I feel like there was more. Was there more? Maybe not. Okay. And I think there was a little tiny one in here too. Let's see what's in that one. Maybe. Oh, yeah. Nice. Getting better with practice. All right, these tiny little ones. After rolling all pups, keep one of your pups as a parent for the next generation. These have arrows on them? Going different ways? No idea. Little blue microscopes. Oh, that's the rest of them. All right, so we have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of these, whatever these arrows are. Oh, they go with the purple heads somehow. And it gives you something. Male, female, and something. Cool. And then the microscopes looks like bonus actions or something. Keep one of your pups as a parent for the next generation. Trade up to 2 trait tokens of your choice for green tokens or vice versa. That's these. That little symbol there is these. Again, no idea what I'm doing, but just looking through all this stuff. Lots of little mark +1 tail to this pup, mark +1 ears to this pup, mark +1 first aids to this pup. A lot of flavor text. So this one says, Khrushchev had supported Lysenko, but his daughter convinced him to keep the Institute of Cytology and Genetics open. Interesting. So that's Elizabeth Hargrave style. She gives you a whole lot of flavor, a whole lot of, kind of environment surrounding what's going on. If you ever played Wingspan, every bird has flavor text on it. So it's right up her alley. The artwork's really cool. I really, really like the upgraded components. It's super awesome. All right, again, I know I said I wasn't going to dally, and here I am. Well, let's keep going and see what we can do here. So these guys, I guess, are going to go in there. And then everything else just goes in somewhere. I know it was like dice and dice and dice and dice and dice and dice and dice. Well, they came out of there. Yeah. All right. I'm going to try a different tack here. Don't count this as a reboxing here because I have no idea. It's probably going to take me days to figure out how to get everything in here, especially after we open up the other boxes and stuff. That looks like a good spot, right? Cool. All right. Moving on. All right, next up, we have the 5 to 6 player expansion. So I imagine this is just going to be a whole lot more of the same. 5 to 6 player, yada yada, same story. Comes with all the components necessary to add 2 additional players, featuring upgraded premium components. Of course, because it's the Kickstarter Edition, I guess. This one actually doesn't say that on it. But, I imagine it's all part of the same package. What we got going on here? More stuff to punch that we probably don't need to punch because I'm sure we have all of that stuff. Well, maybe the player boards, but I'm sure we have all of these as upgraded. In fact, here's all the upgraded stuff here. So we have more dice and more dice and more dice and more dice. And we have more foxes and different player colors. Extras of all the other little acrylic pieces for the tails and the first aids and the barkings. 2 more little metal ears in player colors, I imagine. And probably enough of the rest of this. Those are cute boxes. Probably enough of the rest of this just to bring it up to par for a 5th or 6th player. And we also got some more silica. Good job. A couple more pens. This one looks like it could use his hat. Cool. And then another set of cards. Probably just enough so that you can play the game. Anything under there? No. We check every time. Because you never know. You never know. Every once in a while you get rewarded. Alright, so let's go ahead and open these up just to make sure we don't have anything funny going on in there. These are hard ones. The ones with the little tab. I can't get into the tab, but they're not usually as tight as this. These are the kind I really need Babe here for. Because I'm just going to sit here and waste your time and my time trying to get into this. I used to have a really cool way of getting in there, but I damaged a card once, and that was the end of that, right? All right, this is going well. I'm glad this is all captured on camera for everybody. Keep it for posterity. People can laugh at me hundreds of years from now when they have their, I have no idea, laser pointer keychain that can cut through plastic, I guess. Sounds like something that might happen. Come on. Give me a little help. Oh, there I got it. Right. That wasn't too bad. All right. So now what do we have? This has got to be player colors also. White and black. Just like the black and white. So it's a set of foxes for them to write on and keep track of their genetic makeup or whatever also. Cool. Again, it's sad. It's just going to bring you up to 5 to 6 players. That is exactly what it looks like it does. So we'll get all this in here and we'll go again. All right. The last big box we have over here is the Fox Experiment, 6 player boards and 2 game boards. These are the mats. All right. Here we go. Okay, these are the vinyl mats for the game. Fancy. That looks really cool. The main game board, 5 or 6 players. 1, 3, 2, 4 players. And I do not know everything that I should know, but I was reading somewhere that there's some kind of a misprint on here, but I don't know where it is. Have to, these are apparently the player colors: yellow, black, white, red, and the best, blue and purple. So again, there was some kind of furor going around about there being a misprint on these. I don't know what it is, but also supposedly it doesn't affect gameplay. But the mats are really nice. I have a feeling these are not going to go back in that box very well. But I guess we'll see what happens. All right, what else we got? A couple of tiny little things. Well, we saw the wooden foxes, and we got what must be a promo card. Or a couple of them. Yeah, that says promo cards. Experiment based required. 2 science cards and a patron card. Well, now we know that these are patron cards. So he's going to give you 8 points for green foxes with red X's on them, if there's less than 13, I guess. And the A side is simpler than that. And then we have 2 more of these little microscope cards. More stuff. When scoring studies, you may assign 1 up to 2 study levels. You may assign 1 up to 2 study levels. Cool. So a couple extra promo cards. And at that point, that's everything that came in the box. So, well, boxes. So I'm going to cut off now, and I'm going to try to put everything back so that you can see what that might look like if you were to put everything back in the boxes on your own end. So, all right, welcome back. So let's talk for a second. First of all, I want to give everybody a warning out there. If you did get the Kickstarter Deluxe with the acrylics, they don't replace everything. So you can see I punched these out. Those are octagonal pieces for something or other. I don't remember. But everything else in the punch boards is replaced by a deluxe component. These are not. So do not throw these away. Make sure that you punch these out right here. Okay. All right. As far as reboxing goes. So this is without the game mats. All right. So if you did not get the game mats, I got everything in here from this is the acrylic stuff. Look, I have no doubt that all of the standard components would fit in here. No worries. Okay. No doubt. Because as it is, I'm like, I don't know if you can see, I'm like 1/8 of an inch off of getting everything in here as it is. So, yeah, I put the fox on top because he's so cute. So I'll show you what I did to get all this stuff in here. So these are the player boards right here on top. And then this is supposed to have a nice little slot where it slots in there, but it's so tight with everything going on in there. So that was that. These have a nice little slot that they apparently felt really cool about coming out of. Oh, because the little ones come out. All right, so the little ones go in there. And then all the standard size cards go in there. And then as you can see, I got components everywhere. So these were the octagonal pieces I was talking about. Make sure you punch those out. Everything else on the punch boards, with the exception of the player boards, comes in a deluxe, and the player boards too if you got the mats, but you know what I mean. So I got most of the cards, most of the large tarot size cards in here. So what I ended up doing was I got all of the 6-player color sets in this well. And then I took the rest of the cards out, and they're actually underneath all this other stuff that I've got kind of jammed in here. Side note, also on the dice, I had to switch out the bags on the dice because the dice that the bag the dice came in wasn't big enough once I put the 5 and the 6-player dice in there. Also, as a side note, if you don't have the 5 and 6-player expansion, I think you can get all this in here easy. but that just bulks everything up just a little bit more. Of course, you got, different baggies of the player colors and their fancy acrylic. Oh, they're so pretty. I love acrylic. I'm telling you, keep making acrylic stuff. It's fantastic. I love it. I'll keep buying it. And then, like I said, all right, so first of all, like this is really only has spot for 4 of these. So I got the other 2 on the bottom here with the rest of the cards. So the beginner male, the beginner females. And then I figured remember the player boards, I figured this was actually the scorecard, because there's no pad or anything. So, and that is, unlike these cards, that is shiny plastic. I'm sure you're supposed to write on that a million times. So like I said, I got that stuff in the bottom there, and just wherever you can fit this stuff in, because there's so much of it. The dice take up a lot of room. All of these bags got bulkier, and the acrylic's bigger than the cardboard in the first place. But there you can see what I did. Like I said, I was really close to being flush when I closed it, but it was maybe 1/8 of an inch off. I could live with that if that's the way it goes. But we got the mats, so I'm going to try something else, and I'll be right back. Okay, welcome back for the last time. All right, so as I was getting at, I really want to get everything back in the box, the mats and all. So I took the insert out, so let's get rid of that. And I was able to get everything in there, and I'll show you in just a minute how we did that. So I also did some research since the last time you saw me, and I wanted to show you what all the hubbub was about. So apparently the player reference cards were misprinted to a certain extent, and this seems to be very common. I don't know if you can see very well, but here, we'll do it like this. The 3 of these are different than this one. So this one is supposed to be correct. And these are, I don't know, there's a +1 missing somewhere. I don't know where it's at. But anyway, as you can see, they're different. I'll have to actually try to figure out. The +1, I see it right there. So there's a +1 that's not on these. So I guess that could be misleading. So effectively, there's 1 that's correct. They're supposedly working on a PDF file that people can get. And the other thing, so I mentioned briefly the difference between the playmats player boards and the printed player boards. All right, so I found out what that was as well. So you can see this. The points in the little stars here go 4, 5, 5. And on the playmats, they go 4, 5, 4. So that's a misprint there as far as how many points it would be to completely fill out this row. And there's one other minor difference, although it's functionally the same. See on the cardboard, you can see that it's very clear that you start the game with a fox, a book, and a die. Whereas on the mats, it's a little bit less clear. There are these tinier icons on the sides of the rows, but I don't think that's a big deal. Yeah, I mean, that is nicer, but the only thing that really is the 1 point here on the last row here. So I was going to get rid of the player boards. I did get rid of the main board, the cardboard main board. I checked those, and the playmats have exactly the same thing. I was going to get rid of the cardboard player boards, but I'm going to keep them for posterity, and everything still fits in here anyway. So again, this is obviously without the insert, and I can get everything in here. So I'm going to, now these are too big to fit this way. Let's see where we're at. So I got the player boards down here and the player mats down here, which is kind of nice. They form a nice little base anyway. Now this is too big to fit this way, but it'll go very nicely in this way. So just need to find the bag to put the cards back in, and I'll put it all back together for you. And really, it's not much of a mystery at this point. Just a couple of things. I had to get the bags for things like the cards, because they're supposed to be in a slot, and the markers. But everything else is just in the bag that it came with, which you're going to see here in a second. As like I said, it's just no real mystery at this point. I put the dice in first because they're going to take up the most bulky room, and just filled everything in around it, really. So like there's some more cards. Yeah, a little deck right there. Let's snug those in there. Dice. Bunch of other little bags. One more here. That ought to do it. Now it's just the book, the fancy picture, and the top. And as you can see, I sit flush by taking the insert out. So if you got all the stuff that I got, that is what I recommend to do. And that should pretty much do it for the Fox experiment. Hopefully we'll get it on the table soon and we'll get your review out. Thanks for joining me. As I said long ago, I am Eric. I am with Just Got Played. If you like what you saw, give me a thumb. Give us a subscribe. We got a lot of cool stuff on the channel. Come and join us in the Discord. We'll be happy to talk whatever board games with you all day long. That's it. Bye. Have a nice time. Nope. Have a beautiful time. Sorry, John. I screwed it up.